I was raised, I have excellent parents, still married today, upper middle class background, all-American boy, played soccer and tennis, was in the marching band. Never got into any trouble, never wanted for anything. I don't have any abuse or anything like that in my background. Played sports, always had everything I needed. I did start to experiment junior in high school, senior, smoking pot, a little drinking, a little adolescent fun. I got a DUI my 19th birthday after high school. That was the first time I'd ever gotten into trouble. And one of the deals was my parents would bail me out if I'd go to rehab. At 19, I went to my first rehab. It's a 30-day program. Of course, I did it for my parents. Didn't pay attention, didn't learn anything because I didn't want to be there. I left that program, continued to do drugs, smoke pot, drink, hallucinogens. I got in trouble again, went to jail, same thing, got bailed out. This time I got sent to Disciples of Christ Ranch in Okeechobee, Florida for a year. Same thing, I did not want to be there. I just did it for my parents. As soon as I got out, I started using it again. And then I met a girl, figured if I get married, it would change everything. And it did slow me down a little bit, but in that marriage we had several miscarriages, and I was in my early 20s at this point. My life just grew out of control. I was in jail every other week, it seemed like. I ended up going to prison for a year and a day. I got out when I was 25, and we thought geographical change, that could change me. So I moved back to where I'm from in Tennessee, and I was married for 12 years. Not a good husband. Was not ready to be married. I was married for all the wrong reasons. Shortly after we bought our first house, we got a divorce. I met another girl, had our first child. His name's Connor, he's 3. But I figured I was on pain pills at this point. I could go to the Suboxone program and get off. That just didn't work out. I stayed on Suboxone for 10 years. And, you know, I would use meth and coke every now and then when I couldn't find my pain pills for energy. My parents thought I was clean for 15 years. Or so I thought I hit it, but they probably knew. But one day, this past year, my life was just spiraling out of control, and I was crying out for help. And the girl that I'm with now said, I can't help you, you have to help yourself. And one day, we were laying in bed, and my son, he's 2.5, he said, Daddy, you no cry, Mama, you no cry, because we were always arguing in front of him. And that hit me so hard, to know that he understood what was going on as far as our arguing and fighting and my addiction. I just could not fathom that. So 2 days later, I picked up the phone. I called a 1-800 number for an addiction specialist, and they ran my insurance. They called me back and said, are you ready to go? We have a great place in Fort Myers, Florida. And I said, yes, I'm ready to go. 2 days later, I was on the plane down here, and when I got here, I didn't know if I made the right choice. All the staff was very friendly and courteous and made my first days here as comfortable as they possibly could. It was just in my mind, I was still struggling with that. But after about 2 weeks here, everything just fell into place. I found my purpose again. I'm here, I'm put on this earth, I believe, to show my son the correct way, the correct path to take, as my father showed me. And as long as I do that, as long as I'm a positive example for him, then I don't see where I can go wrong. Of course, I'm here for myself, you know, in my recovery. As addicts, we're so selfish, but this is a different kind of selfish. I had to not worry about the outside interference of my family and my girlfriend. It has to be about yourself, and it's about me. And if anything that I found here, I found spirituality. And that is the most important thing that I found. Life on life's terms, you hear all the cliches and you hate to hear them sometimes, but they're all true. Take it one day at a time, and that's the biggest thing I've got out of this place. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Don't be afraid to tell your loved ones, because it's scary to tell your loved ones that you have a problem. But once you admit that you have a problem, if you can look in the mirror and say, yeah, I need help, pick up the phone, call a number for help, and hopefully you will come here, because this is the best, the most, look, I mean, the background here is just amazing. The water is so serene. This is unlike any rehab or institution I've ever been. It's more like a home because the community, everyone loves each other. Fortunately, we have a good community here, and the staff is just top-notch. Therapists, the nursing, the food, everything. I can't really say anything bad about here. The only thing bad is when you get here, you just don't know if you want to be here or not, but if you stick it out, I guarantee you that you'll miss this place. And this is the best blessing I could ever give myself is to make that call and to be here.